Good morning everyone, welcome back to Gillian at Mystic Healing Therapies. A bit windy today. Okay, so what we're going to talk to you about today is, are you stuck in the fourth dimension? So we're going to ask that question. Let's just have a look around this and see what we can surmise. So I might have mentioned on previous videos that about 3D, 4D and 5-dimensional space. So 3D is where you're comfortably asleep, everything, you trust the government, you trust the system, you think that the government and the system has our best interests at heart, and you know, you're on board that everyone's got your best interests at heart, and here we go, haven't we got a nice life in the matrix? Everything's coming back to normal and you're thinking, you know, trusting that everything's fine and dandy. The fourth dimension is when we've perhaps had an awakening. So you might be seeing things different. You might be realising that this last 2 years has got a different narrative. You know, you might be not believing everything you're told on the TV. You might be questioning things, thinking about things. So that would lean yourself more to the fourth dimension. But in fourth dimension comes chaos. So when you are realizing that, hang on a minute, they haven't got my best interests at heart, and this supposed cure is doing more harm than good, and you know, things like that, and you're recognizing that the monetary system is all going haywire, hence the, you know, we move into the gold-backed system and it's devaluing the fiat currencies as we see it, you know. So you might be awakened to all of that. But on some levels, you're sort of stuck on that plateau. So you can, some people describe it as the dark night of the soul, or, you know, where it looks like everything's going bad, but that's where you're at with it. So this can be a very uncomfortable place to be in 4D. So ideally what we'd all do is use 4D as the stepping stone, the bridge to 5D. So what's 5D then? A little reminder. 5D is we're aware that things aren't as they seem, but we're not engaging with the, oh that's terrible, oh that's awful, oh gosh, what shall I do? We've stepped above that and we are consciously keeping our vibration at a level where the 4D stuff cannot distress us. So a friend of mine said to me the other day, well, we can all see what's going on, but what are we all doing about it? We're not doing anything about it. And I had to disagree, because I said that I am actually every day bringing in the light from the source of the planet, from the 7 suns. I've done a video on this before, and anchoring it into the planet. I'm anchoring the light from source into the ley lines. I'm sending it to the energy points, you know, to the sacred sites, to the energy points, into the ley lines. So actively every day I would say that my spiritual practices are actively doing something. So I'm not just seeing the world as being in chaos and thinking, well, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm only one person. My message today is we can all do something about it. We can all actively do something about it. And my question is to you as an individual watching this video, what are you doing actively to help this world situation at the moment? So I know that, you know, one idea is, well, I hold the higher vibration and I'm holding it for everybody. Brilliant, yes, you are. But there's so much more we can do as individuals. And this friend of mine said, well, that's all right, that's your work. That isn't my work to bring in the planetary light. And I said, well, I disagree there as well, because it's all of our responsibilities to bring in the light from the planet. I know that we've all got different tasks and different degrees of it, but even if on a daily basis, for 2 minutes a day, you go outside, look at a tree or look at a bird or look at the sky and link to source and say, even if it's something simple like, thank you for your energy source, I'm going to bring this into the earth and add it to the ascension light. That one thought, if everybody just did that every day, the planet would just raise in frequency really quickly. So my message is, you know, in the past we've put all our faith really in religions. Oh, we have to access God through a priest, we have to access God through whatever, an intermediary source. My point is, we can all access God ourselves through nature, through our own thoughts, through our own intentions. We don't need the middleman. And saying that, well, this isn't my job, that's your job because you're much more spiritual than me, that's disempowering you as an individual. And moving into the fifth dimensional space, all of us are taking a collective responsibility to bring around the light in our planet. You know, my country of origin, my planet of origin, everybody, all the enlightened beings would do a daily practice of holding the light for the planet. I know for a fact in Atlantean times we all used to collectively hold that space, hold that light, hold that loving space. So my invitation, and it is an invitation because we've all got free will, but my invitation to you all is just, even if it's 2 minutes a day where you consciously ask to bring in the light from God, from source, down to planet Earth to help with the ascension process. If you just send one thought out and say, may the light of the source or the God light or the Christ light come to the planet and aid the ascension process, it will. So collectively we will automatically be stepping into the fifth dimension with much more grace and ease, instead of sitting around complaining that, oh gosh, this timeline's taking forever, I've got truther fatigue, I wish something had happened. Well, that's not actually helping the situation. If you turned that thought and that wanting things to change into actively using your own power as a human being, don't forget, you're as powerful as anybody else, you're as powerful as anybody. If you step into your own power and bring that into the planet, you are actively doing something, instead of on some level just getting fed up that we've been in this place for 2 years and nothing's happened. Use your magic, use your intention and help the collective. And it's not just around spiritual people or people that you would look up to doing this. It's for all of us to do it because we're all spiritual people. Don't forget that. You're as powerful as anybody, and your intention is as powerful as anything. And if you really want us to be out of this 4D chaos and you want us to step into that 5D golden future, golden age, actively, even if it's for 2 minutes a day, I invite you to bring in the light from source and anchor it into the planet. I've done previous videos on this if you want specific techniques, but just simply by asking that, it will have such a huge difference. And you know, you can do something. We don't have to be sitting waiting for an external thing to happen. It is our responsibility as a collective to do this. It's not up to the spiritual people or whatever, it's up to all of us. And until we all, or at least enough of us, are in that space, then we will be stuck in the fourth dimension. But it's up to us, everyone. I urge you on, come on, we're all doing a great job. It's not easy to be a human at the moment. It's really hard. We're all experiencing this tricky path. But my message is, come on guys, we can do this. The more we actively attune our intentions, the quicker we get the job done. All right, I'm wishing you all a beautiful day and speak to you soon. Lots of love. Bye.